Alrighty, welcome everyone. I am Giri, and we are doing another drawing stream today. We will be drawing Oda Nobunaga from FateGrandOrder, going with her summer style. Anyway, just like to say hello. Thank you for coming out, Jay, to see here. No problem. I mean, everyone's got something to do. I think you had mentioned that you were off visiting family or something, so, glad to have you back. No problem that you were gone, We all got our own lives to live. Anyway. Let's get into it. Oh, that is the wrong brush. There we go. That wasn't a brush at all, actually, in fact. That was the magic wand tool, which is very much not a brush. Alright. So I decided to go with the summer outfit because bikinis can be fun. But other than that, we're just gonna kind of start exploring and see. Yep. How was the book you said you were going to read? So the book I've been reading is a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a book that's been around for probably about 200 years or so. Well, no, not 200, about 100 years or so. And it's a book about how to be a reasonable conversationalist. I'd say it's decent. It's definitely got some good advice if you're looking for that sort of thing. But I've never considered myself to be a terribly interesting conversationalist, so I was curious what it had to say. I mean, I got through, a little bit of it. What about you? You been reading anything lately? Let's see here. She's got like that center little chink there. It's funny, I have a book called How to Lose Friends and Alienate People. Amusing. Is that actually a book you're reading, or are you just making a joke title there? I've certainly never heard of a book like that. But let's see here. Let's kind of pull hair down. I want like her big goofy smile here. Well, not goofy, but like a intense smile. Oh my. That's intense. I didn't realize that there was such a book as that. I'm going to have to politely ask you to refrain from using certain names, as YouTube is very unfriendly to certain names. But, oh my, I had no idea that there was actually a book like that and that it had such a dedication. It's a joke book, really, I see. Let's see. Start getting that arm in there a bit. Oh, it's not a big deal. I mean, I just a one-off's not going to be an issue. It's the if it starts happening a lot, like YouTube will forgive one-offs based off of how their terms of service is written. They forgive one-offs, but if it happens a lot, that's when it starts being an issue. So while I can So, yeah, I certainly don't have a problem with it having come up once or twice. That's not a big deal. Just, you know, don't make a habit of it. Let's see. I might make a decent pose for her. It's kind of that overly enthusiastic look going. And as we all, for anyone who's ever played FateGrandOrder, it's pretty obvious. Oda's one of the most enthusiastic about what she does of everyone there. She loves her job of conquest. It's always nice when people just really love their job. Sometimes too much. Let's see. Since we're doing the summer skin, because, you know, it's summer and it's hot as donkeys out here. You know exactly what part of the donkey, I don't need to say it. I looked her up before stream, she gives off a very yandere vibes. There's a lot of yan there. There's not a lot of dere there. She's just that enthusiastic about, you know, being awesome and conquest. There's like no dere left. Let's see if we can start bringing in the shape of the other side here. Maybe like that a little bit. Something in there. All right, let's see here. A couple reeds. So, how have you been, Jay? How was your vacation? Did you enjoy it? You have yourself a good time? I don't know if it was actually a vacation, but you know, you were unavailable for a while, so I assume you were off doing some kind of semi-fun activity. No, I don't like that. Covers the valley between too much. Maybe let's do more of a pull the hand off behind her. We can do like that fan finger pose. Let's see. You know your Japanese word etymology. Most people don't know how yandere is combined out of the two words. I know a little bit more than my Japanese word etymology. I can speak a little bit of Japanese. How about you? Nihongo ga wakarimasu? Or karimasu ka? My bad. But still need to work on my conjugation. I don't have people to speak to very often, so I'm not consistent about speaking, and I need to slow down and think. There's a reason that a large portion of my, Twitter followers are from Japan. I tweet bilingually, so, your vacation was very fun. Ah, that's good. Let's see. Hand position's a little odd. Yeah, I've been slowly studying Japanese because, I find it interesting, but so I do know a bit of my etymology. All I know of Japanese is what I've learned from anime, which surprisingly is more than you would expect. Oh. So this ne. That's fair. I mean, I think that's where a lot of Americans are, is just what they've picked up from anime. Oh, hello Nafuzi, how are you doing? Thank you for coming to the stream. Let's see. And then I'm gonna get Oda's coat in here some, because she or is it a cape or is it a coat? What exactly is that? That's just hair in that one. Let's do the coat. I like the coat. I don't know if that cuts off the hip weirdly though. Maybe we don't do a coat. Let's see. I know a handful of words. My grammar is probably trash though. You're surviving. Only surviving? I guess that's okay. Really though? Only surviving? Seemed like you'd do way better than just surviving. You're always so upbeat and positive to the community. Devoting your time to people like Bun and myself to come out and watch our streams. I did the waist too long again. I do that way too often. Let's also pull that back a little bit for just a more angled pose. I mean, it stretches the anatomy a bit, but a more interesting pose is worth it. I try to help others reach a treasure you'll never find yourself. Naff, I'm sure you'll find your treasure someday. I don't know what treasure you're necessarily looking for, but when you go out and you spend your time helping other people, it'll pay off. It doesn't always necessarily pay off right away. It doesn't always pay off in money, but it pays off in friendships. And you make friends with 1,000 people, one of them is going to have something worthwhile and can help you out one day. So don't worry. So you just keep being you, and you'll find your treasures. Let's see, I need to get the inner hip there a little better. Let's see, I guess it's going to be a bit more like that, because you're going to get the hip separate. You're welcome, Naf. You're a very kind individual. I could never say anything bad about you. You deserve every word of praise you get. You'll find some. That's not right. That's too much. That's a bit better. Maybe I need to pull a little bit more that way. Uh-oh. God, it's doing that thing again. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Like, I have no idea what that is, but sometimes a layer just freaks out and starts doing that weirdness. Like, you all saw it there, didn't you? The thing, like, lose a quarter of the drawing and go white. Okay, that's roughly the pose I want to work with, I think, for this one. You ever feel like you need someone to talk to now? Yeah. I mean, I'm there with Jay. You know, you ever have yourself a problem, you got the whole community there for you. And I'm certainly there to help you, and I think most of the community feels the same way. Let's see, let's pull this into a quick liquefy and adjust some stuff. Just gotta make things feel a bit fuller in certain parts, and sometimes that can be a bit easier with liquefy. Yeah, it's probably about right. That might have been a bit too much. Now I'm seeing it back on the canvas. Let's see, need to do a quick check. Shoulders. hips need a bit more. Arms too much. Cold outside, angels to find cover. Let's see. I think that this part of the arm's a little long, and we just adjusted the elbow, and I don't think doing that again is going to work this time, so we're going to adjust the hand real quick. Oop. More like that. Yeah, that'll work. For a moment there, she almost had that, when the hand was pretty up, she had that kind of John Cena, can't see this sort of thing going. And that is not the feeling we're going for at all. Yeah, Jay's got the right of it now. Thank you. You do wonders for the community. Okay. It's good enough for our quick sketch. Actually, I want to do one more quick filter liquefy, because there's a certain element there that is not in perspective. Right there. There we go. That's a bit more in perspective. That's fine. There we go. That'll work. I think I want to do one more liquefy and fix those hips, or at least adjust them, because they feel too narrow. There we go. That's a bit better. Let's see. Get the abdominals in there just a little bit. Don't want them too heavy, but you know, present. Okay. Maybe let's pull that like just forward a little bit more. Yeah. You know, I don't play FGO, but when I saw you were drawing Nobunaga, my mind went immediately to the historical figure. I mean, that is the issue with FGO, to say the least, is because they're all historical figures and so many of them are gender bent. It can definitely be very confusing for unindoctrinated people, as they're like, what this doesn't look like an old Japanese military commander dude. This looks like a girl in a bikini. How is this Oda Nobunaga? No, Nobunaga's a popular character in Japanese culture anyways. Yeah, for sure. There's an anime where he even pilots a mech. Oh yeah, there is. There's several anime starring various versions of Nobunaga. There was another one called The Ambition of Nobunaga or something that it was like an isekai where Nobunaga, it was a reverse isekai. So Nobunaga gets brought to the modern day and age and also gets turned into a girl immediately. It was amusing, to say the least. Ah, you saw it. There you go. And I think there was also Nobunagun, where Nobunaga again turned into a girl but can summon guns for some reason. Well, because it's awesome. That's the reason. We don't actually need another reason besides that. Being awesome is justification in and of itself. Alright, let's get in there and get some of the patterns on this flame kini. Let's see. Yeah. Imagine if the US did the same with like General Sherman or George Washington. It would be awesome. I would, if Netflix did a General Sherman turned into a girl isekai series, I would watch it in a heartbeat. That sounds ridiculous. I mean, it certainly would upset some very prominent crowds in America, but I don't care. That sounds ridiculous, and I would watch it purely because of how ridiculous it sounds. Heck, FGO turned oh god, I'm blanking. Edison turned Edison into a lion-headed Prezi-King. Thomas Edison got a lion's head and became the Prezi-King. Yes, that is a fusion of the words president and king. I mean, I would also watch because of how ridiculous the concept is. Same here now that I think about it, because Anime Link would be there too, and it would be Yuri. Yes, it would be. I don't think I need that anymore. Alright, let's see about getting her face in here in a reasonable fashion. Oh, I think Lincoln makes an appearance in A Wise Man's Grandchild, if I remember. Oh, really? Huh. That's fun. Alright, let's see. Let's pull this in there. Start refining these eyes a little bit. Get those eyebrows as intense as we can possibly get. But I do know it was some kind of isekai with an OP and main character. Oh, that's unfortunate. Like, I'm not a huge fan of isekais with OP main characters. Like, they can be amusing for like 3 or 4 episodes, but then they very quickly run out of gimmicks and they run out of whatever joke the premise is based on, and have no actual character depth to carry the series through. I think there's a lot of isekai that have run into that problem, if I'm completely honest. Here's an isekai with this gimmick. We've got 3 episodes of jokes. Oh, well, it's episode 4. See ya. Then I think get a little bit closer to her actual hairstyle. I just like those types of series because I don't have to think about plot. I mean, that's true. You don't have to think about plot. The main character will always win, and episode 7 will always be the beach episode, and episode 8 will always be the episode 11 will always be the hot springs episode. Like, yeah, you don't have to think about those series at all. They are paint by numbers. You know, it dawns on me, I should probably put some actual Japanese, like, in my, on my overlay there, so when I get Japanese viewers, and I know I do get Japanese viewers to the stream, because YouTube reports that about half of my viewership comes from Japan, yeah, I should probably have some Japanese in my overlay so they know, oh yeah, I can respond in Japanese when they speak. I just am mostly talking with English viewers, so I'm already speaking in English. We need other eyebrow. I'll have to make sure I do that before the next stream. Let's see, let's just redraw that whole mouth. Yeah. Want that into like a sinister grin, sinister smirk. Yeah. There we go. That's what we're looking for out there. Oh, she looks fun. She looks happy. I've only seen Lincoln and Obama in an anime before. Did you ever watch How Heavy Are Your Dumbbells? That also has Putin show up in it. It also has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, which is fun. See, there's a few others. Oh, and Jason Statham shows up in it. I actually really like that series. It's very dumb in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun. It is way funnier than it has any right to be for a show about weightlifting. All right. Feel like the legs are still on the small side. Like that waist might still be a bit narrow, or maybe the head's a bit big. I think the head actually might be a bit big. Let me duplicate the layer just in case this goes awry. Is that maybe a bit better? That might be too far down. That's probably about where we want it, actually, right there. Oh. Let's get the curve of this hair real nice. Let's curve that a little bit farther out so there's a little more energy in it. There we go. That's about that. So I also didn't want to have it. I want to have it completely enclose the hand there, so the hand reads nicely, as her hair is nice and dark, and will help pop the rest of her off from the background, whatever we end up making it. There we go. Okay. Let's get some color in here. Let's see. We know her hair's gotta be real dark red black, so we can start with that. Like, her hair is black, but also when she's in her berserker form, it can light up red as she gets particularly excited. So we're gonna go black and maybe do like red tips or something. So the bottle of sake you have there in front of your model, is there any story behind it, or is that just to fit the Oni theme? Well, I mean, that particular bottle, no, there's not really any given story behind it. It fits the Oni theme though. I do tend to have myself a drink here and there, often before stream. So, you know, today I actually only have coffee, though I did have myself a drink during Fun's stream. But yeah, I enjoy sake, and so it makes a nice decoration for the overlay, is why it's really there. Honestly, I asked Fun about who made our overlay, because I'm kind of in the, man, I threw this together real quickly, but I'm not sure that it's actually a very good overlay. Like, I put it together, and I've been using it because it's what I got, but I think I put it together in like half an hour. So when I first started on the YouTube thing, so I know it's not great, but it's serviceable. I fear things like having the kind of bland overlay might be why I have most people leave before 30 seconds after joining the stream, and very few people bother to chat at all. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see, I want to get a little more energy in here, too. There we go. Your overlay is okay, but you can definitely decorate it and make it look fancier. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly where I'm at. Is like, it's not bad, it's just serviceable. There's nothing wrong with it explicitly, it's just a little bland. Let's see, it's the same kind of dark red here to start the bikini, as that is black and red, and this will be a great starting place. Alright, let's get some skin tones in there. That is the summer skin, so we can get a little bit more tan than she normally is. Just a little bit. That's really not that much more tan. In a few days here, I'll be able to enjoy it as well. Anything you recommend? Oh, anything I'd recommend sake-wise? That's hard to say. I've enjoyed the brand, I think it's black and gold. Here, let me see if I can find the empty bottle. There we go. Gekikai-kan sake, black and gold. That's a pretty good one, is what I found. I mean, I believe that one's brewed in Japan. And then it's imported. How do I drink my sake? Well, that depends on the sake. Not all sake is meant to be drunk in the same fashion. Some sakes are intended to be served cold, while others are intended to be served warm. I tend to personally prefer warm sakes, though. That being said, plum sakes, which tend to be a fair bit sweeter, are also quite good and almost always served cold in my experience. I can't say that they're always served cold, but in my experience, plum sakes have been served cold to me. Yeah, there is not a consistent way to serve sake, because different sakes serve better differently. In the same way that, you know, some wines, like white wines, you tend to serve slightly chilled, whereas red wines you tend to serve closer to room temperature. Plum sake is pretty tasty. I do enjoy that. It's definitely a sweeter sake. Typically, I don't have any plum sake bottles sitting around. It's been a while since I last bought any plum sake. I should do that sometime. Okay, let's drop that. And start getting kind of the reds in her outfit here. Yeah, if you've never had plum sake, I'd highly recommend trying it. It can be a much nicer way to get introduced to sake. For people who are newer to drinking sake, it can have a bit of a... I've had it described as a sweat sock flavor. I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that description, but it definitely has a bit of a strange flavor that you don't find in other alcohols. So... yeah. So for some people, they find the taste of sake objectionable if you have not gotten used to it. Jay, I assume that you are just about to turn 21 there, based off your comment. I personally probably wouldn't start with sake. I would personally, if I were you, maybe if you're looking to just kind of try alcohols, like you've never had anything to drink and you're kind of just seeing what it's like, maybe go with like a nice cocktail. What kinds of flavor palettes do you like? I have a bartender's book, you can find some recipes. Oh, nice. Like, are you a bitter sort of person? Do you like sweet stuff? Do you like sour stuff? You more savory and salty? Let's see. Shadow right. Let's just do the line. We can come back with the shadows. You tend to like sweeter things. Okay. All right. Sweeter things. I think as far as sweet cocktails go, one of my personal favorites is a Blue Lagoon. That uses blue curacao in it as it's lemonade, vodka, and blue curacao. It's very tasty. It makes a great, refreshing, sweet summer cocktail. Other more common one, like that's unfortunately not a particularly common one you're going to find. Long Island iced tea is probably one of the most common sweet summer cocktails. But be careful with Long Islands. They definitely hide their potency. Oh, hi. Hello, Bun. How are you doing? Thank you for coming to the stream. Let's see, you're going to be lurking a while and working, but I wanted to come and support. Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. But anyways, as I was saying, Long Island iced tea, those are very nice, sweet, potent cocktails, so be careful accidentally overdoing it. But if I recall correctly, they are a mixture of lemonade, iced tea, rum, and then I want to say they have vodka and sweet vermouth in them. I think that's correct as well. I believe that they're like 5 or 6 ingredients, and I don't recall it off the top of my head, but they're very common. Well, one drink I love right now is a whiskey sour. Ooh, whiskey sours are good. Absolutely. Definitely gotta like those. Not nearly as, well, you know, they're called a sour, so they're not nearly as sweet, but they're definitely pretty good. One of the very first drinks I learned how to mix was the Old Fashioned, which, you know, makes sense given that it is given its name, you know. Let's start bringing in some actual highlights and light tones and skin tones and stuff. Or a variety of skin tones. I definitely know alcohol can affect people. My sweet mate drank 2/3 of a bottle of high proof and passed out on the bathroom. Oof. Yeah, don't do that. That is not how you drink. That's not, no. Please don't. Yeah. Simple syrup is like the bread and butter of many cocktails. Old Fashioned is an alcoholic drink, way too strong. Old Fashioned's not that bad. I mean, it is on the stronger side. I'm not going to disagree, but it is not that bad. Keep in mind, like, by percentage of alcohol, it's on par with things like a martini. Like, most martinis are roughly the same percent alcohol as that, and those are considered pretty common. An Old Fashioned, for the record, for those who don't drink, is whiskey, or is typically whiskey. Sometimes you can use like a rye whiskey or something, but whiskey, a little bit of brown sugar, a squeeze of you express an orange peel over it, so you get a little bit of orange oil in there. And then there's one. Oh, it is on an ice cube. That is one of the important things. And I'm forgetting. Oh, right, and bitters. It's more about the flavor than the proof. I don't know what kind of drunk I am, but I'm not keen on finding out. I mean, you'll find out eventually. Almost everyone does. But the big thing with finding out what kind of drunk you are is just don't go overboard the very first time. Don't ever drink until you can't remember what happened. That is where the problems happen. If you can still remember what happened the next day, you probably had some level of control of your faculties and personality while drunk, even if your inhibitions were somewhat lowered. You aren't going to dramatically change. You'll be a somewhat more outgoing version of yourself, typically, as long as you keep it moderate. What kind of drunk you are is when people are drinking till they're like, on the verge of blacking out drunk. Typically. Some people can have very adverse reactions at much lower amounts, but that's not common. Most people can handle a couple drinks without seeing a dramatic shift in their personality. But anyways, yeah, if you're looking just to kind of dabble, you like sweet drinks, I think I would probably start with like a Long Island iced tea. Pina coladas are also really good in the sweet drink category. They're actually probably easier on you than a Long Island. Long Islands have a lot more alcohol by volume, so I'd probably start with a pina colada. If you like coconut and pineapple, they're a great choice. Almost everywhere can make them. Well, every bar worth its salt. Great summer choice too. I want a little bit more color in that shadow. There we go. That's getting a bit better. Some of that elsewhere. Let's see, we'll get some of that down there. But yeah, thanks for the question about the sake bottle. I certainly enjoy talking drinks with people whenever. Ooh, there we go. That's starting to get close-ish to what we were looking for. Mm-hmm. Alright, let's get her eyes. Like, get the face done. Kind of been noodling around, get some of the other parts, but I think it's time for the face. Well, at least I know I have snacks to go with whatever I have. My grandma sent me 2 ice cream tubs full of trail mix. I'm gonna take off, but I'll be lurking. All right, well, thank you for coming to the stream, Naf. I certainly appreciate it. And thank you for hanging out and lurking. I do appreciate that as well. Let's see. That sharp grin in there. Get a little bit of that canine shape cut out, just because, you know, it happens sometimes, and it gives it more of a wicked stance. Almost looks vampire-y, but we're not going nearly that big. Let me quickly sketch in some background colors, though. I'm thinking classic Oda background is like super fiery, so I do that. Oh, hello, Code! Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? See, and then all the way into the reds. Woohoo! Intense. I might want to shift that a little more down, maybe. I don't know how much I want to shift it. Maybe that'll work. So if we shift it down too much... yeah, that might work. Kind of tailor them to look into the flame shapes right away. I'm good. Doing some soldering. What are you soldering? That's exciting. Is this for one of your models, or some other hobby project, perhaps? Just some electronics, just to learn. Ah, very cool. That's always exciting. You going with like one of those little Raspberry Pis or something? Kind of build your own little setup there, or what do they call those boards? It's like a 3-letter acronym. I'm forgetting. I don't remember. Maybe you can remind me. If that's the thing you're using, you might be using something completely unrelated. Remember my first time soldering a burnt the PCB so bad during the summer camp I never saw it again. No, it was mostly just some junk stuff. Oh, okay. That's still cool. It's a fun activity. I've only done a very small amount of soldering myself, and it wasn't even on electronics or anything. It was to just attach some, like, a couple of non-electronic components together for an art project, I guess is what the best I'd call it. A sculpture of sorts. Start putting some of those in there. Oh, hello, Slurmpa. Slurmpa, how are you doing? Thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. Going off to lurk mode. Sounds good. Glad to have the viewership. Always appreciate the support. Let's start getting some more slightly darker up here. Some of that kind of smoke tones going. Hee. Nice. And then for whatever reason, I can somehow now solder on board chips. Oh, nice, nice. Well, you know, practice is how you get good at things. Everyone starts, any new activity you want to be good at, you're going to start by being really bad at. Being bad at something's the first step to being sort of good at something, as Jake the dog said. Let's see, what layer is that on? Ah, there it goes. Cool. That feels pretty good for the background for now. Like it's not like great, but it's got that nice intensity going on. So we can adjust it later if need be. Let's really get in there and make her eyes look great. I'm gonna bring in some of these yellows and stuff that we used up there. I think I may have been a bit of a hypoglycemic at the time. Oh, yeah, it certainly can happen. If you aren't eating well, you can have it. Stuff like that can really get in there and mess you up. It's important to eat a good diet. Don't be like me. I basically only eat alcohol and meat. It's a terrible diet. And coffee. I do drink coffee as well. Oh, that didn't go as well as I was hoping. That ended up looking like she was biting her lip in an uncharacteristic manner. Let's just put it that way. Let's get some of these shadows in under the chin. Oh, wow. Barely even noticed the passage of time. It's already been a little over an hour. So you got people here keeping me company. I don't even notice how long it's taking me to get stuff drawn. I'm going to refrain from poking fun at eating. Shush. You're right. Drinking alcohol and eating meat. I at least do some things that are okay for my health, you know. I don't drink soda. I don't eat sugar. So there's an improvement. You're fine. This pinky is... There we go. I think that's it. It's just on the wrong angle. A little bit too far down. Oh. Okay. Speaking of foods, what are your favorite foods? Jay? Anyone else in chat, perhaps? Got favorite foods? We've talked a bit about favorite drinks, but I certainly don't know what y'all like eating. You know, maybe I'll draw some character eating delicious foods sometime. You could technically eat alcohol. It didn't properly reduce. If you didn't properly reduce in place. To be fair, when you like saute in wine and stuff, you only cook off about 1/3 of the alcohol you put into the dish. There's still quite a lot of alcohol from the original that you put in. It's just you typically are using pretty low proof alcohols, like wine's only, you know, in that 10 to 15% generally. So it's about as much as a beer, and you're splitting it between like 3 or 4 dishes worth, so it's not actually a lot of alcohol, even though you don't burn it all off. Steak tortellini and sushi. Nice. Oh, like eel sushi? Unagi. Or are you more the saltwater? I don't actually know the word for saltwater eel. I know unagi is freshwater eel. That's generally what you get, but I know you can get saltwater in some places. It's kind of hard to get where I'm at, though. There's not a lot of salt water here. Hehehe. I get a bit more. Yeah, that's probably about the shape I'm looking for. Unagi is delicious, though. Maybe I should do something like that to spice up my backsplashes. Draw in a bunch of random foods. I feel you. Yeah. Fortunately, there is good Japanese food where I live. There's a pretty high Japanese population in my particular city, so it's not too bad. We got some really nice Japanese restaurants here. But yeah, in America it can be real hard to get good Japanese food, good sushi and stuff. Little bit of that there, just really warm that up a bit. Bring that more to the red shadow. That might be too dark. Kind of blend that together just enough to soften it. Actually probably got that too high there too. Maybe we need to pull the strap up a little bit. I think pulling the strap up might be a bit easier. There we go. Because we're looking to keep that nice smooth flow through the side and underneath and all that. Yeah, that's reasonable. It's not amazing, but it's reasonable. I don't know, place I've gotten, it has a roll with a entire piece of barbecue eel on top. Yeah, that's, if you don't know, it's probably unagi. It's probably freshwater. Like, chances are it's going to be freshwater. As normally you have to go, salt water is, like, eel rolls and stuff are almost always freshwater. Normally you have to ask specifically if you want salt water. And salt water is often served, well, it's still often grilled. It's tends to be served more in like a sashimi-esque style, where it's the pieces of meat served on a platter with a side of rice, as opposed to on an actual sushi, as opposed to on the actual sushi or in a roll. A fairly high-end sushi place nearby, I always get the whitetail nigiri. That's good stuff. Yeah, definitely a fan of that. It's feels a little off, but whatever. We're gonna move on. Gonna get some warmth in here. We're gonna start getting this one lit up as well. Because people like jiggly things, like Jello. We're only talking about Jello here. Let's see. It should be a little more. That-ish. Nice. That'll do. That'll do. Not amazing, but serviceable. Well, what about pudding? Pudding can be jiggly. Sure, we can talk about pudding. As long as we're not talking about as long as YouTube doesn't see us talking about the obvious jiggly things being drawn, because they might look at that a little apprehensively. Their algorithm might not be so favorable to that. The pudding's fine. Definitely like some pudding, especially like the Japanese-style parfait puddings. Or ooh, you guys seen that little GIF of the rabbit pudding getting smacked by the spoon and you can watch it jiggle? That's fun. Expensive, though. If anything, I think I may like sashimi more than the rice it's served on. I mean, yeah, sashimi is quite good. It's just the good half of the fish. It's why it's more expensive, though. All right, we're gonna need some shadow in here to kind of help emphasize the shape. Man, we're either going slow or this is just a complex piece that I didn't expect was going to be nearly as complex. I think it's a bit of both. It certainly doesn't feel like we're going that slow, but maybe I'm just putting more effort than I should into some parts for a speed painting style thing. Okay. Let's get a little bit of warmth there. We'll pull the shadow down through to the back and the hip. Oh, just looked up the GIF. Very cute. Just don't make any mistakes. Sushi rice by itself is not very good. Yeah, I don't... I mean, it's not terrible, it's just... I mean, it's rice. It's kind of bland. I don't have a problem with eating just rice. I did that a lot going through college. There was a lot of days where what I ate that day was a bowl of rice with an egg cracked on top of it. I am no stranger to that sort of diet. I certainly don't like eating that way anymore. We're gonna need some kind of, yeah, let's grab like a nice kind of mid-dark red and we can redo this outline. Yeah, like that. There we go. Here and throw that on this outline as well. Soften some of those scribbles in there. That sounds good. I can't eat egg as is. I made a beef bowl in cold udon like a year ago. It's pretty good. Still have a bag of fancy rice used. I mean, eating egg as it is an acquired taste. Like, raw egg definitely takes some getting used to. When I would do the bowl of rice with an egg cracked over it, what you do to serve that is you take the rice directly out of the hot rice cooker and crack the egg on that, so that as you kind of stir the egg into the rice, it will slightly cook it and the egg kind of becomes a sauce for the rice. Alright, let's start pulling some of these reds into her hair here. Start softening some of those there. Never used a... Let's see, the egg protein just doesn't agree with you. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, to some degree, if you're talking that's like a stomach thing, that's probably going to be one of those, you may just never have developed the enzymes. You kind of have to eat egg when you're young, or eat a lot of it to get the right enzymes and bacteria to deal with raw egg, because when you cook it, it does have a different, it changes the chemistry of it pretty heavily. In the same manner that if like you don't eat any dairy products for like a decade sort of deal, you will often find when you come back to eating dairy that you have developed lactose intolerance. If you don't feed the bacteria that that you use to digest certain things, you can lose the ability to digest certain things well. A little bit of this red in there. Nice. But either has to be baked into something or frozen, then reheated. Oh, I mean, oh, scrambled egg. You have problems with. That's unfortunate. It's possible that you had a lot of people burn it. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I know for a long time I thought I hated scrambled egg, and then I realized that, as it turns out, most people in my family just burn egg to hell and back, and it becomes really nasty and gross. See, especially if you used to be able to eat it and enjoy it, you might actually it might just be getting burnt, super burnt, because burnt egg is like crazy gross. As a rule of thumb, egg is cooked but not burnt when the yolk is still very slightly, when the yolk is still soft. Like if your yolk is hard, your egg is burnt. Especially if the yolk gets to that like chalky state, that's like really burnt. Oh, I've attempted to make omelet rice before, the fried rice inside omelet style. Never really got the omelet part right. Omelets are hard. I'm not good at them. I can't do the flip part. is the part I've always struggled with personally. If you can make an omelet, that's impressive, but more than I could do in the kitchen. Let's see. Put those yellows in. Maybe just a touch of whites. Help the legs look nice and bright down near the bright of the flames there. Get a little bit of that yellow white up here as well. Nice, nice. Oh. Let's see, it's either because I overload it or make it too thin. I don't know. That's hard to say. I personally think, you know, I don't know. I can't really comment. I don't know enough about what I do wrong when I'm making omelets to even take a stab. It's looking really detailed. I love how it's coming along. Yeah, Oda here is looking absolutely fantastic. We're definitely going to be, I think we're going to be running a little long time-wise, but I'm not actually that worried about that, seeing as how well the painting's coming out. Like, if it runs a little long, so it runs a little long, who cares? The painting will take as long as it needs. Let's see, I'll get a little bit of highlight out here too. Kind of in very ambiguous lighting, unfortunately, just because we got the flames coming up from below, and there's a front lighting, some kind of front lighting that we haven't really described super clearly, which does hinder the painting a bit, but I don't think it's going to be crippling in any fashion. Let's get in here. We can redo the outline on the hands just to make it look a little warmer with the red. There we go. There we go. Now, I do want to get in, like, actually finish her face up proper, because we kind of got the base of the eyes going, which gave us good groundwork to get everything else sorted, but I think it's now time to kind of go in and get those final touches, make the face look like our goddess of war and conquest here. Bringing some reds right around the eyes. Help her look a little more intense. Let's see, what do we got here? I can make a regular omelet decently, just filling it is where I run into issues. Oh, I see. There are a lot of definition in the Jello. Thank you. I'm probably gonna I'm probably getting in a practice match later. Really excited. Ooh, good luck. You'll have to let us know how it goes. You facing off against any particular army, or what are the terms of this practice match? Just kind of setting up for the tournament coming up here. Let's see. When some of the yellow is yellow there. A few little dots and flecks and flickers here through the eyes. Really cast that flame about. Nice. Let's see. I'll be updating my server nickname after, and yeah, it's to practice for the match. Cool. Oh right, you have your kind of win-loss ratio in your server name. What about that? It caught me off guard the first time I noticed it too. I should have remembered. Let's see. Okay, clear those out. Let's put a little bit of red into the tips of the hair here, just so that it's got that same style pulled through it. Yeah. I figured you meant it was a practice match for the tournament. Yeah. Ooh, you put a little bit of that eyeshadow in. That's pretty effective there. Let's see, let's get a little bit of lip tone going on. Just a little bit. We're gonna have to knock this back a bit. Actually, this is too much. There you go, that's probably in the ballpark. Let's see, we'll pull in a little bit of red blushies. I don't think she's got much in the way of blushy, but having a little bit of subtle blush is going to give some range to the face tones, which we'll want. So grab a little bit of the yellow and pull that in on like the chin a bit. Maybe in the nose, just a touch. Let's see, I'll probably get curb stomped unless I roll saves very well, as I'll probably be fighting guard. Oh, that's unfortunate to hear. Well, you know, mate, hopefully you'll learn something that will help you when you have to fight guard in the tournament. That is the idea of doing the practice matches, right? No? Learn your weaknesses so that you can figure out how to counterplay them. Just a little more framing on that face there. No, that's not. Alright, let's pull some highlight through here. I'm going to start with the bright reds. We'll fan these through a number of other colors too. Let's see. Just out of curiosity, would you also put reflections in her teeth? I probably should. You're right. I mean, I often don't, and it's not super common to, but and that's because the lips often will intercept most reflection, and so you'll get reflections on the lip, but the mouth is rarely open enough for strong reflections to hit the teeth. But in this case, we have both very intense lighting, and we have and her mouth is fairly wide open, so reflections on the teeth are probably appropriate. Also put a little bit of reflection in on the lip. All right, I was doing hair, so I should finish that up real quick. There you go. That's pretty good. So you might, it's very good. I'm going to drop out for now as I gotta go prep. I don't believe there'll be any good guard players, but I might be wrong. All right. Well, thank you for coming to the stream code. I always appreciate it. You have yourself a wonderful evening. You know, good luck in your upcoming practice match. Good luck in your tournament. Jay, so you might put a glow then. So in this case, I am probably going to put some reflection, but in general, so reflections, otherwise known as like specular lights, to have a specular light show up on a surface, you have to be able to draw a line that goes directly from your eye, bouncing off the surface and hitting the light source with no interception whatsoever. Either speculars don't exist if the only light source is diffuse light. Which is why, because the lips are often blocking any source of direct light to the teeth, so you really don't get much in the way of speculars on teeth, typically. But in this particular case, because we have both intense lighting, very scattered lighting, and her mouth is fairly wide open, you actually probably would have the opportunity for some speculars on her teeth where you wouldn't otherwise in a lot of other situations. Which is why, yeah, it makes sense to put a little bit of specular bouncing directly off her teeth here. Let's get a little bit of these highlights in the eyes. Or the speculars in the eyes specifically. I'm not doing a ton of them because she's got that very sinister, evil stance, and too much eye specular will diminish that. I also want to grab just a little bit of kind of a blue purple and dark blue purple and help use it to put shadow in the hair here. Just a little bit of it. I'll help push some of the hair a bit away from the face. There we go. We can come in here, maybe add just a little bit of that. And then we'll grab some of our more diffuse hair tones, diffuse hair highlights. Not too bright, but we can do it subtly and get it to work out. Bring some of that really intense red in right at the tips of the hair there. Oh, let's see. Oh, so is that how, so is that would be how you would create shadows on black hair? Like use dark blues and purples? Yeah. So typically, and keep in mind, Oda here has black hair. So this is, so, she has black hair, but it can light up red when she's like using full power kind of deal. But yeah, if you've seen here, I don't really push anything all the way to black, as black makes a very, very bold statement that it draws so much contrast to a spot that unless that is like the eyes, where I did use a little bit of black, it becomes impossible to pull the viewer's attention away from that spot. So with something like the hair, where it's going to occupy a large amount of space, but no particular spot of it's very important, you want to avoid using black, and instead go with like dark blues, dark purples. Sometimes you can go with dark reds, but typically it's one of those, when you do shadows, you go, you have the, it actually works great here in the skin. You have your base skin tone, you start sliding the shadow, it gets more saturated, and then it gets grayer, and then it gets like way grayer and bluer than the base skin tone as you move into the shadow. And that's kind of how you deal with making sure that, and you're going to do the same thing with the hair. So where we have our highlights on the hair, we have, it's white, yellow, red, and then it kind of slowly fades to the gray, and then in the darkest spots, we actually go all the way into the blue-purple spectrum as we keep doing our blue shift. I'm going to pull this slightly into the past that, so just so we can kind of see what's happening there. But yeah, if you want to do black hair without it being like the most defined, important, striking color in the world, blues and purples are your friend. A little bit of if you go to the artist channel, in fact, there was a thing that I posted, I don't know, maybe a week and a half or so ago, that was color theory and how different animation studios handle it. And it shows what colors they use for each of their things. And I think only one of them actually used black for anything at all. Most of them don't go darker than about 90%. Let's just bring in a little bit of this, a little bit of yellow bouncing off the bottom there. Let's see. There we go. I'd say that's pretty good for 2-ish hours. And just a little more intense reds here. Tone that up. We don't want to add too much, but just kind of add a little bit of variety there. Can kind of gray shift right here under the hem of the bikini. There we go. Yeah, 2-ish, I'd say. Alrighty. I think I'm going to call that done. Well, thank you for coming out to the stream. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Code. Thank you, Nafusi. Thank you, Bun. And, Slurpa, I think you're there too. Thank you for coming out. Thank all of you. It's been wonderful having you. I don't think I've had such a good turnout to stream in a very long time, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, I'm going to be calling this done. It's been wonderful. You've been a wonderful audience. This has been a very fun character to paint. I do enjoy Oda Nobunaga, so painting her was quite enjoyable. Anyways, you all take care and have yourselves a wonderful evening. Giri out.